Jackson State University, and former publisher and editor of Black Magnolia's Literary Journal, to share a reflective poem on today's event. Thank you.
We shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. We shall not be. A purple and gold brave, always pounding the medicine drum to deliver healing justice to sick magnolias. Medgar sold the policy of voter registration to ensure healthy civilization, for in the year that Emmett was drowned, Medgar was baptized in the waters of civil rights warfare, becoming an intellectual warrior in Mau Mau fashion. He was a revolutionary farmer, plowing fields, removing the weeds of injustice, and harvesting crops of freedom fruit from which some were scared to take communion. Yet Medgar was unafraid to be hugged by people with callous-coated hands and clean hearts, while he was crucified by those with muddy hearts and bleached hands, allowing his body to become a fortified viaduct connecting the warring alphabets of NAACP, SCLC, SNCC, COFO, and CORE in a vocabulary of liberation letters determined to spell democracy. Often hated by a hierarchy, he played hopscotch over Hoover, who sailed and tapped in time to Roy Wilkins' self-hating square dance. Poor like Plato in polarizing directions, Medgar was the caulk that filled the cracks in the movement, for he was sculpted from the same clay as Jeremiah and Daniel, and 3 years before the waterfall flowing of Yankee bus riders, he became a prophet on a Meridian bus, making the soil fertile for freedom riders to flower. With the fire of the Old Testament prophets and tears raining like revolution, Medgar became the Pied Piper of truth and a trumpet sounding the stories of Clyde Kennard and Mac Parker, his words cutting the strings from the back of Negro leaders who were the puppets of the Sovereignty Commission, often frozen in their fear because lynching was more popular than baseball, and Mississippi loved to pass time with double lynchings that had more fans than double hitters and more season ticket holders than Oxford rebels, often selling postcards of perverted picnics populated by flesh-eating villagers. Yet Medgar churned the fire of his rage into the locomotive for equality, becoming the people's poet. His words were the flame of justice smoldering in their souls, and like Yeshua levitating Lazarus, he barnstormed in two-step with the Ladner duo to create a tidal wave of support for the Tougaloo Nine. This trifecta of truth-telling became a tornado, stirring up Jackson State seas, transforming them from dead bones to living spirits, willing to hunt Jackson for justice, proving that courage is the yeast that the people need to ride, and that Medgar was the best chef for the job. Constantly breakdancing on the battlefield to which we beat to beat up. We shall not be moved. Medgar was the glue of the Crossroads, becoming a carpenter who could take 3 nails and some leftover wood to build a mansion hold enough to strong up all of the atoms and all of the E's under one big tent of humanity. Cafe campers and congregation whalers, North End survivors and Shady Oaks highsiders, gun-toting lynch streeters and pulpit pimping preachers and hell raisers and Bible bathers and fractured fraternal orders and blessed praying peacemakers and tyrannical turncoat teachers and sharpened the Sunday students and easy greasy pinstripe city slickers and overall wearing cotton pickers and greenback chasers and overly zealous baby makers. Medgar made sure that the doors of the Church of Freedom were always open so that any soul in need could answer the phone of the Liberation Altar call. So now is the time to build a tabernacle to testify to the truth of how we got over that will turn this decaying corpse of a city into a timberland of triumphant trees, and no longer will a shadow of spineless eunuchs unable to give birth to our exodus keep us entombed in Mr. Charlie's cave with a college-certified handkerchief head guarding the door. So I'm finally shaking off the fur coat of fear and the concrete shoes of selfishness to walk across the bridge to liberty built by a man of steel and maintained by our own Wonder Woman. We shall not be moved.
Come on, y'all. We got to snap to that. Let's snap. That's right. Now I would like to introduce Mrs. Liegh Evers Everett, daughter of Medgar and Merle Evers and Mrs. Merle Evers. Liegh. You first.
You really expect me to come after Dr. Superman McInnis? I mean, you got to give it up again for him. I mean, it's just powerful, powerful. Good morning, everyone.